First contact. Dr. Samantha Chen squinted at the quantum entanglement array, its delicate web of lasers and mirrors humming softly in the cavernous laboratory beneath CERN. For years, her team had pushed the boundaries of quantum mechanics, seeking to unravel the mysteries of the universe. Today, however, felt different. The air crackled with an energy that had nothing to do with their experiments. Dr. Chen, her assistant Alex, burst through the door, face flushed with excitement. "You need to see this. Now." Samantha followed Alex to the control room, where a crowd had gathered around the main view screen. The image displayed made her breath catch in her throat. A massive, gleaming spacecraft hovered above the Swiss countryside, its sleek design unlike anything humanity had ever constructed. "It's been broadcasting on all frequencies for the past hour," Alex explained, voice trembling. They're asking to speak with our leaders in quantum physics." As if on cue, a new message scrolled across the screen. "We come in peace, seeking the quantum masters of Earth. Your recent breakthroughs have not gone unnoticed." Samantha's mind raced. Their work had barely left the theoretical stage. How could an alien civilization have detected it? And more importantly, why did they care? Within hours, a hastily assembled delegation of Earth's top physicists gathered at CERN. Samantha found herself at the forefront, chosen to make first contact due to her groundbreaking work in quantum entanglement. The alien ship's landing ramp descended with a soft hiss, revealing three figures that defied easy description. Their bodies seemed to shimmer and shift, as if not fully committed to a single form. The lead alien stepped forward, its voice resonating directly in Samantha's mind. "Greetings, quantum pioneers of Earth. I am Zaxel, emissary of the Galactic Confederation. We have journeyed far to meet you." Samantha swallowed hard, acutely aware of the weight of history on her shoulders. "Welcome to Earth, Zaxel. I'm Dr. Samantha Chen. We're honored by your visit, but I must admit we're a bit confused. Our quantum research is still in its infancy." Zaxel's form rippled, an alien expression of what might have been amusement. "Infancy? Dr. Chen, your species has achieved what countless civilizations across the galaxy have deemed impossible. You manipulate quantum states with a natural intuition that defies explanation." The assembled scientists exchanged bewildered glances. Samantha's colleague, Dr. Hiroshi Tanaka, stepped forward. "With all due respect, Zaxel, we've only recently managed to entangle a handful of particles over short distances. Surely, an advanced civilization like yours." Zaxel raised an appendage, silencing Hiroshi. "You misunderstand. It is not the scale of your achievements that astounds us, but the very nature of your interaction with quantum reality." The alien gestured, and a holographic display materialized in the air. It showed a dizzying array of equations and diagrams, far beyond anything in Earth's scientific literature. "This," Zaxel explained, "represents the current understanding of quantum mechanics across the Galactic Confederation. And this," the display shifted, showing a much simpler set of equations. "This is what we've observed in your work." Samantha's eyes widened as she recognized elements of her own research. "But that's just basic quantum theory. We've barely scratched the surface." "Exactly," Zaxel said, its mental voice tinged with what might have been awe. "You achieve in simplicity what we cannot with complexity. Your minds, your very biology, seem attuned to quantum reality in a way we've never encountered." The implications hit Samantha like a thunderbolt. "Are you saying that humans have some sort of innate quantum ability?" Zaxel's form pulsed with agreement. "More than that. We believe your species may hold the key to unlocking the deepest secrets of the universe, secrets that have eluded the Confederation for millennia." A murmur of excitement rippled through the gathered scientists. Samantha, however, felt a growing unease. "Why tell us this? Why come all this way?" The alien emissary's form darkened slightly. "Because, Dr. Chen, the galaxy faces a crisis. A crisis only your unique abilities may be able to solve." Before Samantha could press for details, Alarms blared throughout the facility. Alex rushed in, panic etched on his face. Dr. Chen, we're detecting massive energy fluctuations in the quantum field. It's like nothing we've ever seen. Samantha turned to Zaxel, suspicion replacing awe. Is this your doing? The alien's form roiled with what appeared to be genuine distress. No, Dr. Chen. This is precisely what we feared. The crisis has found us, far sooner than anticipated. Outside, the sky darkened as if night had fallen at midday. Strange, shimmering patterns danced across the clouds, beautiful and terrifying in equal measure. Zaxel's mental voice rang out, urgent and commanding. We must act quickly. Dr. Chen, we need you and your team to come with us. The fate of not just your world, but the entire galaxy may depend on it. Samantha looked at her fellow scientists, seeing a mixture of fear and determination on their faces. She turned back to Zaxel, straightening her shoulders. We'll need more information and guarantees of Earth's safety. But if what you're saying is true, we'll help however we can. As if in response to her words, a beam of intense light shot from the alien ship, enveloping Samantha and her team. She felt a strange tingling sensation, as if every atom in her body was vibrating in harmony with the universe itself. In that moment, as the familiar world faded around her, Samantha realized that humanity's greatest adventure was just beginning. The quantum realm, once a subject of purely academic study, was about to become their battleground. And somehow, improbably, Earth's scientists found themselves at the forefront of a galactic crisis they barely understood. The light intensified, and Samantha's last thought before the world disappeared entirely was a mixture of exhilaration and terror. What had they gotten themselves into? The blinding light faded, and Dr. Samantha Chen blinked rapidly, her eyes adjusting to her new surroundings. Gone was the familiar Swiss landscape. In its place, a vast chamber stretched out before her, its walls shimmering with an otherworldly iridescence. Her team of scientists huddled nearby, their faces a mixture of awe and apprehension. Zaxel's form coalesced beside them. Welcome aboard the Quantum Ark, flagship of the Galactic Confederation. I apologize for the abrupt transition, but time is of the essence. Dr. Hiroshi Tanaka stepped forward, his usual calm demeanor tinged with irritation. You owe us an explanation, Zaxel. What exactly is this crisis you spoke of? The alien's form rippled, projecting an air of grave concern. With a gesture, a holographic display materialized in the center of the chamber. It showed a map of the Milky Way, with a pulsing red dot at its core. What you're seeing, Zaxel explained, is a quantum singularity unlike any we've encountered before. It appeared at the galactic core several of your Earth years ago, and it's been growing ever since. The hologram zoomed in, revealing a swirling vortex of energy that seemed to defy the laws of physics. Samantha leaned closer, her scientific curiosity momentarily overriding her apprehension. It's beautiful, she murmured, but I don't understand. How is this a crisis? Zaxel's mental voice took on a grim tone. The singularity is not just growing, Dr. Chen. It's devouring quantum information at an alarming rate. Entire star systems near the core have already been affected. Their quantum states are being reset. A chill ran down Samantha's spine. Reset? What does that mean exactly? It means, Dr. Elena Rodriguez, a quantum cosmologist from Samantha's team, interjected, that the fundamental properties of matter in those systems are being altered at the quantum level. Atoms, molecules, the very fabric of reality, it's all being rewritten. Zaxel pulsed in agreement. Precisely. And as the effect spreads, it threatens to unravel the quantum tapestry of our entire galaxy. Trillions of lives, countless civilizations, all face extinction if we cannot find a way to stop it. The weight of this revelation settled heavily on the group of human scientists. Alex, Samantha's assistant, voiced the question on everyone's mind. But why us? What can we possibly do that your advanced civilization can't? Zaxel's form shimmered, and the hologram changed to display a series of complex equations. Our greatest minds have been working on this problem since the singularity's discovery. We've attempted to manipulate it, contain it, even communicate with it. Nothing has worked. The alien's mental voice took on a note of what could only be described as reverence. But then we detected your quantum experiments on Earth. The elegance, the intuition with which you approach quantum mechanics, it's unlike anything we've seen. We believe your unique perspective may be the key to solving this crisis. Samantha exchanged glances with her colleagues. The magnitude of what they were being asked to do was staggering. "Zaxel," she said carefully, "we're flattered by your faith in us, but we're not prepared for something of this scale. Our research is still theoretical. We've never applied it to anything even remotely close to this." Zaxel's form pulsed with understanding. "We are aware of the enormous task we're placing before you, Dr. Chen. That is why we've brought you here, to the most advanced research facility in the Confederation. We will provide you with all the resources and knowledge at our disposal." The chamber's walls suddenly came to life, revealing banks of exotic equipment and technology beyond human understanding. Alien scientists of various species began to enter, their curious gazes fixed on the human visitors. "These are the finest minds from across the galaxy," Zaxel explained. "They will work alongside you, combining their extensive knowledge with your unique insights." Dr. Tanaka stepped forward, his scientific curiosity clearly piqued. "How much time do we have?" The hologram shifted again, showing a timeline of the singularity's growth. "At its current rate of expansion," Zaxel said gravely, "we estimate that the singularity will reach a critical mass in approximately 1 Earth year. After that point, the damage to the galaxy's quantum fabric will be irreversible." A year. The timeline seemed simultaneously vast and impossibly short. Samantha took a deep breath, centering herself. "All right," she said, addressing her team. "I know this is overwhelming, but this is what we've trained for. Not the galactic stakes, perhaps, but pushing the boundaries of quantum mechanics. That's our specialty." She turned to Zaxel. "We'll need to start immediately. Full access to your data on the singularity, any observations, failed attempts, everything. We'll also need a crash course in your technology." And she hesitated, then continued firmly, "We'll need a secure way to communicate with Earth. Our families, our governments, they need to know what's happening." Zaxel's form brightened, radiating relief. "Of course, Dr. Chen. All of that can be arranged. And please know that we've taken measures to ensure Earth's safety in your absence. A Confederation protective fleet has been dispatched to your solar system." As the alien spoke, the chamber began to transform. Workstations materialized, holographic displays flickered to life, and the air hummed with the energy of a laboratory springing into action. Dr. Rodriguez approached one of the alien consoles, her eyes wide with excitement. "Sam," she called out, "you've got to see this. Their quantum simulation capabilities are incredible. We could model scenarios here that would have taken us decades on Earth." Samantha nodded, feeling a spark of hope ignite within her. She addressed her team, her voice firm and determined. "All right, everyone. We've got a galaxy to save, and the clock is ticking. Let's show our new alien friends what human intuition can do." As the human scientists dispersed, eagerly engaging with their alien counterparts, Samantha felt a tap on her shoulder. It was Alex, his young face a mixture of excitement and terror. "Dr. Chen," he said quietly, "do you really think we can do this? Save an entire galaxy?" Samantha looked around the chamber, taking in the incredible technology, the diverse alien life forms, and her own team rising to the greatest challenge humanity had ever faced. She smiled, a fierce determination in her eyes. "I don't know, Alex," she admitted, "but I do know this. If there's one thing humans are good at, it's achieving the impossible when our backs are against the wall. And right now, the wall is an entire galaxy, so we're going to give it everything we've got." With that, Samantha strode towards the nearest workstation, her mind already racing with possibilities. The next year would push them to their limits, challenge everything they thought they knew about quantum mechanics, and perhaps, just perhaps, reveal humanity's true place in the cosmic order. As she began to work, interfacing with alien technology that seemed to respond to her thoughts as much as her actions, Samantha couldn't shake the feeling that this was only the beginning. Whatever the outcome of their desperate mission, one thing was certain: humanity had taken its first steps onto a much larger stage, and the universe would never be the same. 6 months had passed since the human scientists boarded the quantum ark. The initial awe of their surroundings had given way to a focused determination as they worked tirelessly alongside their alien counterparts. Progress had been made, theories tested and discarded, but the ultimate solution to the quantum singularity crisis remained elusive. Dr. Samantha Chen stood before the ship's main viewport, watching the kaleidoscope of colors that was faster than light travel. The decision to move the quantum ark closer to the galactic core had been a difficult one, but necessary. They needed more direct observations of the singularity. "Penny, for your thoughts." Dr. Hiroshi Tanaka's voice broke through her reverie. Samantha turned, offering a tired smile to her colleague. "Just wondering if we're on the right track, Hiroshi. We've made some breakthroughs, but we're still far from a solution," Hiroshi finished for her. "I know. But remember, we've achieved more in 6 months than the Confederation did in years. That has to count for something." Their conversation was interrupted by a sudden lurch of the ship. Alarms blared as the streaking colors outside the viewport collapsed into a field of stars. Zaxel's mental voice resonated through the ship. "All personnel, report to your stations. We've encountered an unexpected quantum anomaly." Samantha and Hiroshi rushed to the main laboratory, where the rest of the team was already gathering. The central holographic display showed a roiling mass of energy directly in their path. "What are we looking at?" Samantha asked, her eyes fixed on the strange phenomenon. An alien scientist, a crystalline being named Vexalia, manipulated the display. "It appears to be a quantum storm, likely a result of the growing singularity. Its effects are rippling through subspace, disrupting our FTL capabilities." Dr. Elena Rodriguez frowned, studying the readouts. "These energy patterns, they're similar to what we observed in our early entanglement experiments, but on a massive scale." Samantha's mind raced. "If it's behaving like a macro-scale quantum system, maybe we can use that. Vexalia, can we get a more detailed scan of its internal structure?" The alien complied, and the hologram zoomed in, revealing a complex web of energy tendrils. Samantha's eyes widened as she recognized a pattern. "Look," she exclaimed, pointing to a recurring formation within the storm. "That structure, it's like a scaled-up version of a quantum bit, but instead of just 2 states, it seems to be fluctuating between multiple states simultaneously." Hiroshi leaned in, his excitement palpable. "You're right. It's like a natural quantum computer, processing vast amounts of information." Alex, who had been quietly observing, suddenly spoke up. What if we could communicate with it? Use our quantum entanglement techniques to send a signal." The laboratory fell silent as the implications sank in. Zaxel's form shimmered with interest. "In all our encounters with quantum phenomena, we've never considered them as potentially sentient. The idea is intriguing." Samantha nodded, her fatigue forgotten in the rush of discovery. "It's worth a try. If we can establish some form of communication, maybe we can navigate through the storm safely. And more importantly, it could give us insights into the nature of the singularity itself." The next few hours were a flurry of activity as the team worked to modify the ship's quantum communications array. Human intuition and creativity melded with alien technology, resulting in a hybrid system unlike anything seen before in the galaxy. As they made final adjustments, Samantha couldn't help but reflect on how far they'd come. The initial tensions and misunderstandings between humans and aliens had given way to a deep respect and camaraderie. They were no longer just colleagues, but friends united in a common goal. "We're ready," Elena announced, her hand poised over the activation switch. On your mark, Sam. The quantum arc dropped out of faster-than-light travel, and the viewport filled with an awe-inspiring yet terrifying sight. The galactic core pulsed with energy, distorted by the massive quantum singularity at its heart. Tendrils of chaotic energy lashed out, threatening to engulf nearby star systems. Dr. Samantha Chen stood at the command center, surrounded by her human colleagues and alien allies. The past year had pushed them to their limits, but now the moment of truth had arrived. Status report, Samantha called out, her voice steady despite the tension. Dr. Elena Rodriguez responded from her station. The singularity's growth has accelerated. We have less than 48 hours before it reaches critical mass. Zaxel's form shimmered with urgency. Our fleet is in position, ready to generate the artificial quantum storms as planned. Samantha nodded, her mind racing through final calculations. All right, let's do this. Initiate the quantum barrier protocol. The ship hummed to life as it channeled enormous amounts of energy. Outside, the Confederation fleet began to glow, each vessel becoming a node in a vast, galaxy-spanning quantum network. For a moment, it seemed to be working. A shimmering barrier of quantum energy began to form around the singularity, mimicking the natural defenses they had encountered during their journey. But then, without warning, the singularity pulsed. The barrier wavered, then shattered like glass. It's not enough. Hiroshi shouted over the blaring alarms. The singularity is adapting, absorbing the energy we're feeding it. Samantha's mind raced. They had come too far to fail now. Suddenly, a wild idea struck her. What if we're thinking about this all wrong? We've been trying to contain it, but what if we need to communicate with it instead? Alex's eyes widened in realization, like we did with the quantum storm. But how? This is on a whole different scale. Samantha turned to Zaxel. The ship's quantum entanglement array. Can we modify it to interface directly with the singularity? The alien's form pulsed with surprise. It's never been attempted at this scale, but yes, theoretically it's possible. Then that's what we'll do, Samantha declared. We're going to initiate a quantum handshake with the heart of the galaxy itself. What followed was a frantic rush of activity. Human intuition and creativity melded with alien technology in ways never before imagined. As the final modifications were made, Samantha placed her hand on the activation panel. Here goes everything, she whispered, and initiated the sequence. The quantum arc shuddered as it channeled unprecedented levels of energy. A beam of pure quantum information lanced out, connecting with the roiling mass of the singularity. For a heart-stopping moment, nothing happened. Then, the viewport exploded with light and color. Patterns more complex than anything they had ever seen danced before their eyes. It's working, Elena exclaimed. We're getting a response. As the team watched in awe, they began to decipher the singularity's communication. It wasn't a malevolent force, but a cosmic recycling system, breaking down old quantum information to make way for the new. Their interference had disrupted its natural cycle, causing the crisis. With this understanding, they worked quickly to adjust their approach. Instead of fighting the singularity, they synchronized with it, guiding its processes back into harmony with the galaxy. Hours passed in a blur of activity. Finally, as the 48-hour deadline approached, the singularity's violent expansion began to slow, then stop altogether. A cheer went up throughout the ship. They had done it. Through human ingenuity, alien technology, and cosmic cooperation, they had saved the galaxy. As the celebration continued around her, Samantha gazed out at the now calm galactic core. Humanity had proven itself on the grandest stage imaginable. Whatever came next, the universe would never be the same. Samantha took a deep breath, acutely aware of the weight of the moment. Initiate the quantum handshake. A beam of coherent energy lanced out from the quantum arc, intersecting with the stormy mass before them. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then suddenly, the ship's systems came alive with a flood of incoming data. It's responding, Alex cried out, his fingers flying over the controls. The signal patterns, they're beautiful. It's like nothing we've ever seen. The holographic display erupted in a symphony of light and color, abstract patterns shifting and morphing in ways that defied easy description. Yet, as Samantha watched, she began to discern a logic to the chaos, a rhythm to the randomness. It's not just responding, she breathed. It's communicating, sharing information about its structure, its purpose. Vexalia's crystalline form vibrated with excitement. The storm, it appears to be a natural defense mechanism, a way for the fabric of space-time to repair quantum damage caused by the singularity. As they watched, a path began to form through the quantum storm, a corridor of calm amidst the turbulence. The ship's navigation systems automatically adjusted course, following the offered route. It's guiding us through, Hiroshi marveled. And look, it's not just showing us a path. These data streams, they're packed with information about the singularity itself. As the quantum arc glided smoothly through the heart of the storm, Samantha felt a profound sense of awe. They had not only navigated a potentially deadly obstacle, but had also made first contact with a form of cosmic intelligence previously unimagined. Hours later, as the ship emerged from the other side of the quantum storm, the team gathered to review their findings. The wealth of new data promised to revolutionize their approach to the singularity problem. "This changes everything," Elena said, her voice hushed with wonder. "The quantum storms, they're not just a symptom of the crisis. They're the universe's immune system trying to fight back." Zaxel's form pulsed with a mix of emotions, hope, admiration, and a touch of what might have been humility. "Once again, your human perspective has opened doors we never even knew existed. You've accomplished more in this one encounter than we have in years of study." Samantha smiled, but her expression remained serious. "We've made a breakthrough, yes, but we're not out of the woods yet. The singularity is still growing, and we have just 6 months left before it reaches critical mass." She turned to face her team, human and alien alike. "But now we have a new approach. Instead of trying to shut down or contain the singularity, we need to work with the universe's natural defenses, amplify them, direct them." Hiroshi nodded, catching onto her train of thought. "We could use the ship's quantum systems to generate artificial quantum storms, creating a barrier around the singularity." "Exactly," Samantha agreed. "It won't be easy, and we'll need to scale up our technology significantly. But for the first time, I think we have a real shot at this." As the team dispersed, energized by their new direction, Alex approached Samantha. "Dr. Chen," he said hesitantly, "I've been thinking. The way we communicated with the quantum storm, do you think it might be possible to apply similar principles to communicate across vast distances? Maybe even find a way to contact Earth?" Samantha's eyes lit up at the suggestion. In their focus on the mission, thoughts of home had been pushed to the background. But Alex's idea sparked a new hope. "That's brilliant, Alex. We'll need to run some tests, but if it works, we could let Earth know what's happening. Maybe even get more help." As they neared the galactic core, the quantum arc hummed with renewed purpose. The human-alien coalition had faced its first major test and emerged stronger, wiser, and more united. But the greatest challenge still lay ahead. The singularity loomed, a ticking clock counting down the fate of the galaxy. Yet Samantha felt a surge of confidence. Humanity had proven its worth among the stars, bringing a unique perspective that complemented the vast knowledge of the Galactic Confederation. As she gazed out at the star-strewn vastness, Samantha allowed herself a moment of pride. Whatever the outcome, humanity had already achieved the impossible. They had taken their first steps into a larger universe and shown that they belonged among the cosmos. The journey to the unknown had only just begun.